Ladies, Jay Briscoe's glamming us. Get the armbands ready. This is tragic. Look, one guy couldn't even watch AEW. He was so devastated. Colt Chan. You know, I was going to give AEW another try, but then you couldn't even give Jay Briscoe a 10-bell salute? I changed the channel real fast. Whoa. These Jay Briscoe fans are needy.
He never worked there, and I wasn't there. Maybe he did maybe on Elevation or something. Maybe on Rampage there's going to be a 10-bell salute. Maybe it just wasn't on Dynamite, because we got to rush these Dynamites, all right? We got 5 action-packed matches. We squeeze in some segments here and there. Maybe the somber 10-bell salute, that's more of a Friday night on Rampage or on a Dark Elevation. There might be one cat chain. Don't give up.
Well, how about the general just anti-Tony Khan sentiment in all this? They're acting like this guy wasn't Tony Khan's tag team champion after a dog collar match we'll never forget, Brody Lee style. Tony Khan's devastated, and it was the network that didn't respect Jay Briscoe, not Tony Khan.
Just the reaction of, oh, we're mad at Tony Khan. It is TNT. It is TBS. These networks, just because of probably 400 people that showed some tweets that he made back in 2012 or some shit, and they're using that as, oh, well, no, he's canceled. He's not allowed on the network. But for wrestling fans to think that Tony Khan wasn't a Briscoe mark, you know he absolutely was. It's not WWE. Oh, these guys are tag champs. Oh, these guys are making a name for themselves. And yeah, they were the marquee of the final battle card. Can you imagine that if that match wasn't on there, it was just kind of a bunch of random slapped together matches? Like this FTR Briscoe match was a year's worth of promoting.
Ladies, Gino's devastated. He's with us tonight. The whole wrestling world is devastated. Mick Foley said, the last time I saw Jay Briscoe was at Ric Flair's last match. I was in the front row. I didn't know him well, but I liked his matches. So that was heartfelt, according to Ringside News.
It was very, very good.
People are devastated right now with these eulogies. Look, here's Dax, really feeling it. I'm doing okay. Thanks, everyone, for checking on me. Wow. Starts with I, ends with me. What a great eulogy here, Vleeties.
Dax, we're sure you're fine. You were not in the car. So we're assuming you're doing very well. But yeah, just say I love you, Jay. Give him the proper, hey, one of the greatest tag team wrestlers in wrestling history. Appreciated the work we got to do in the ring together. Rest easy, Jay. You're an absolute legend. Just post that.
No, I don't think he's doing okay. I think you got it all wrong. I think he might have a gun in his mouth, like Kevin Nash said on his show the other day.
Time flies when you got a gun in your mouth. I mean, time flies when you're having fun.
I think Dax might need 100,000 subscribers on YouTube because, Jay always wanted that for him. Like Tristan always wanted for his dad.
Vampire? Like, is he glamming me?
Dalton Birch 123 sent 100
Lord knows, Dalton, my whole life I always wanted my dad to have 1,000 subs, and that would have been my dying wish. But my dad died first, so I got it for him instead. So everyone go subscribe to Dax FTR before the show becomes completely irrelevant tomorrow, Vleeties.
Is it already that? Like, I no offense to this Dax FTR, whoever that is. I see, I still get the emails from ad-free shows, and it says, Dax FTR. And it's episode 3. I'm like, there's been 3 of these episodes? What's this? And then you go to open it, and the link doesn't work, and you go, well, I'm going to move on from my life. I have no idea what Dax FTR is.
It's easy for you to say, Vleeties. You weren't Dax. You didn't go through what he went through when that car accident happened. And look, Kevin Owens is devastated. Oh, my God, look it. I mean, this is a lot here. We can't read all this, obviously, but
I know that he has that relationship for sure with Jay, right? Because I remember getting back into Ring of Honor after the initial run of Ring of Honor that I was into, and Killstein Kill was kind of the trending thing at that time, and the Briscoes were always there. It's like when I checked into Ring of Honor and 06. Briscoes were there. Came back in 2011. Oh, the Briscoes are here. Coming back in 2019. Oh, the Briscoes are here. They were just the constant. They were the steady.
Okay, Dax. Keep making it about you. Vleeties, are you okay? We're checking on you. You're going to get through this?
It does make me sad. It does bum me out, and I'm doing all right, but I would say I'm doing very well compared to Dax.
Vleeties, look, Big E's feeling it right now. Oh, my God. Look at this. Big E on Twitter. We certainly studied and borrowed from the Briscoe brothers. They have left an indelible mark on tag team wrestling. What did they study? I mean, weren't the Briscoes known for being the realest guys, them boys? And these guys, what? At New Day was rainbows and pancakes and unicorns? Did they steal the baby blue from Jay, Vleeties?
Trying to figure out what similarities that there would have been. I mean, other than that Hell in a Cell match, has there been a gritty version of these of the guy wearing the the Iron Sheik's boots? Like, what did they do that was so original to, or not even original? What did they do that was Briscoe related? I can't think of anything that was. Were any of their finishers similar? I can't name a thing.
Yeah, what did he borrow from the Briscoes? I wish he borrowed Jay's truck yesterday. That's about it. But he didn't even borrow that, Vleeties. Gino, what did New Day borrow from your Briscoes?
If I remember correctly, there were matches with the Usos and New Day where they did basically borrow, take spots, take moves, take transitions that the Briscoes did months before. So they did they studied tape and decided, okay, we're going to do this spot, but do it like this so it's similar, but not the exact same. So we're borrowing from the Briscoes matches.
Oh, Gino, we got to check on him. Look, Vleeties, his doll, his $30 doll is on his shoulder. The hammer is back. Does this have to do with losing Jay?
It does have to do with losing Jay, and that, okay, we'll talk about the woman, and the reason that all this happened is because of a woman driver didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Vleeties, look who's back. Patrick Clark. You know, he took a little hiatus from social media after getting arrested 4 to 8 times. One time for biting someone in a bathhouse. Wonder if he borrowed that from one of the Briscoes.
And says Gino and the Saudis been boyus.
You know, biting someone in a bathhouse will get you on TV. Jay Briscoe should have borrowed from him. So look at this. Here's the post from Patrick Clark. Picture of Jay, the guy we miss and love. Gino, clench that hammer. And then also down here, we never got to, quote, tussle. Huh. I hope not. What does that mean? You wanted to fuck him?
What kind of powder was on the table, Jay?
What type of powder was on the table, Mike? Okay?
We never got to tussle. Well, don't go to WWE then, Patrick Clark. You know that Jay Briscoe's not welcome there. You know that he's controlling his narrative. Before that was cool. He's hanging out in Sandy Fork, Delaware, main eventing pay-per-views in Boston and then Baltimore. There's no need to go to WWE. So we never got to tussle. Just kind of a, I guess I've been saying wrestling a lot.
Dalton
so
Birch
maybe
123 has grit and says this is illegal.
And he wrote it over his dick. I mean, this is like the gayest thing I've ever seen. We don't need this. Go back on hiatus. I never got to film you piss, is what he's saying right now. And he's saying it over his circumcised dick. God bless you and rest you. Rest you? I'm not saying that when you die, Vleeties. I'm going to get a lot. I'll say we never got to tussle, but you just said more than arrest you.
Well, and I know this is so nitpicky, but can we spell the word "you" out for some of these guys who pass away? I know that we're creating this on Canvas or we're on our phones and we're just trying to make it as easy as we can. But yeah, we never got to tussle in quotes. And then the God bless you and rest you with just letter U's. This is very Corey Feldman-esque. I don't know why you would take the time to I'm going to pay tribute, but I'm not going to spell the full words out.
Yeah, maybe the Comic Sans isn't appropriate right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we go Times New Roman when someone dies. That's what I'm thinking. When Gino dies, oh my God, I'll bust out the Comic Sans for Gino.
My son a vampire?
God bless
Like,
you,
is he
Gino, and rest
glamming
you.
me?
Gritstronaut sent 100 elixir.
Gritstronaut, we lost him. We lost Jay Briscoe. And Gino, does his brother have what it takes to break off? Is he going to keep going, or is he happy on his egg farm?
I feel like Mark, because of him being a genius in the ring and genius outside of it, being as smart as he is, he'll be able to make something work, whether it be as producer, trying to get younger talent over, or if they're going to try to do something as a singles, but I don't think they're going to do that. He's probably happy where he is and just try to recoup and be prepared for and grieve and be ready for when he does come back, if he ever does choose to come back to the ring.
The world is grieving right now. Gino's devastated. Big E's devastating. Velveteen Dream's devastated. Kevin Owens, you saw what he said. Oh, my God. And now, look, Eric Bischoff. Hold on. This doesn't seem appropriate. Right when the news breaks, Eric Bischoff, let's expose this piece of garbage for what he is. Retweet with reckless abandon. And no, he's not mad about the anti-Holocaust comments by the Briscoe brother. Oh, wait, no, that was Brian Kendrick. Did he crash yet? No, this was about Dave Meltzer, Bleedy. He said, look, the internet wasn't happy. With all due respect, Eric, the wrestling world is mourning tonight. Maybe move this fight to another day. And there was a lot of these, Vleeties. You were not allowed to tweet about anything but car accidents last night. And it was all about, how dare you? I mean, a few people were on the side of anti-Dave, but a lot of people. Look, this guy combined it, DMV Wrestling. Dave couldn't even get the Jay Briscoe story right. He brought it back around. This guy's not devastated enough. He didn't know the Briscoes live in Delaware? Dave reported as Laurel, Maryland, and later had to correct it to Delaware. So at least that guy brought it all together. But look, let it go today. Oh, my God. This was just upsetting, Vleeties. We weren't allowed to be mad at Dave Meltzer. And you know Eric Bischoff's really been trying to take this Saudi Arabia sale that hasn't happened yet and bury Dave Meltzer with it.
Oh, any chance that any of these guys, the ad-free show's crew is really just so anti-Meltzer. Here's an opportunity to be against Dave, and we needed to skip Bayless in this whole thing. We needed somebody to make the tweet that we need a villain. We're grieving. We don't know what to do. This is one of the main reasons I'm on a social media fast right now, and I don't need to read these idiots all say because it's such a fake virtue. Like, oh, I'm really sad, and you're not as sad as me. I'm gonna be angry at you. Like, there's all these emotions. Like, get off your fucking phone. If you're this upset, get off your phone. Go do something that matters, everyone. Look, stand up, all right? Life is precious. Don't spend the whole night on your phone going, fuck you, Eric. Here's Horace Hogan. He was in the NWO. Real good decision.
That was almost your Jim Cornette impression. I like that. Gino, brace yourself. Here we go. It's the police report that ruined his week. The Delaware State Police Department are investigating a fatal accident that occurred in Laurel. Oh, so, all right, that might have been right. I don't know. Late yesterday afternoon, that resulted in the deaths of 2 people. On January 17th, 2023, at approximately 5:09 p.m., a 2019 two Silverados, look at this, a Silverado 1500 was traveling westbound on Laurel Road, just west of Goose Nest Road, Vleeties, if you want to look this up. We got to get lights up there. We need a barrier in the middle, and we need flowers on it. I want a median there. We need to take action. This won't happen again, Vleeties. And then look at this. At the same time, a 2016 Silverado 2500 was traveling eastbound on... Vleeties, what kind of Silverado do you drive?
Oh, I've always wanted some sort of a truck. I have a Toyota Camry, so I don't have a truck at this time. Now, I would like a Tundra. However, after reading this article, I'm looking up like maybe even a 2014 Silverado might fit my style. Like, I am here in Texas. I probably need a Chevy or a Ford. It has to be American built and American designed. But these Tundras are I just like them. I don't know.
Ayako says the 1500 is better than the 2500, and this proves it. These were her crash test dummies here. Easy to say from Japan. We're devastated here in America, Ayako. The 1500 pickup truck failed to remain in her lane, crossed the center line, and entered the eastbound lane. Now listen to this, Vleeties. This resulted in a head-on collision between the 2 pickup trucks. Now, in the eastbound lane. And remember, he has his daughters with him. So look at this. So the driver of the 1500, which is this woman, Lily Ann Ternahan, is from Frankfurt. She was wearing her seatbelt. The driver of the 2500, our favorite, Jay Briscoe, we're Team J in this. We're not wearing a Lily Ann armband, Vleeties. We have a Briscoe Brothers Body Shop armband on. Oh, that's inappropriate. Gerald Briscoe, stop plugging your body shop for one day. We thought Eric Bischoff was insensitive. Gerald's trying to get us to go get a fucking an alignment. Not today. Jesus. So look, the driver of the 2500, identified as a 38-year-old Yaman Pugh, was not wearing a seatbelt, Vleeties. So his children have serious injuries. We're going to read a little bit about that. But he must have been launched forward in front of them, right?
Why are we not wearing seatbelts, though? I know we're tough men, all right? We're in our 2500s.
A insider has grit and says look her up on Insta. She has a video of her husband abusing her.
But it just, how do you not wear... Now, I know I don't want to victim blame, but you got to have a seatbelt on. Like, it's just that's such an obvious thing to have. Why is there no seatbelts involved? And then I am already imagining, you said 27 years old. She had to be on TikTok or checking her phone or some shit, because there's a lot of one-lane roads here where I'm going one direction and someone's coming it looks like they're coming right at you. So there's tons of times where you see people they kind of swerve a little bit, and it is because everybody's on their fucking phone trying to watch a TikTok or send a quick text. Like, get Apple CarPlay on your Toyota Camry. You can just talk to the car and it text whoever you want. That's all I can imagine right now is she's on her phone trying to do something stupid, and she just killed some guy.
Wow, leave it to Vleeties to politicize this, huh, Gino? He wants to control us with a seatbelt PSA. Now we have a new seatbelt law and a new fine, and now a month in prison. Typical Vleeties, huh, Gino? A woman with a seatbelt on dies. He doesn't care about that. He wants us all to put our seatbelt on forever. If he could, he'd have a carbon tax out of this, Gino.
He probably would, but I mean, Jay, he knows where he's going. He's going from the cheerleading practice home. He knows it probably wasn't going to take long at all, but then this woman who didn't know what the fuck she was doing, he was trying to protect his children, before anything else, and she just doesn't care. This woman crashes and kills him and possibly paralyzes one of his daughters. Fuck this.
Fucking seatbelt though. Like you're saying, like, oh, he's gonna protect his children. Yeah, wear your seatbelt so if you get in a car accident, you could still provide for them.
No,
like,
Vleeties, he dove next to the child to be the airbag, Vleeties. Is that what Gino's suggesting?
That has to be. He's saying, like, look, he's just being a good dad driving them. Like, okay, well, now if you get in an accident, which you're more likely to die in a car than almost anything else, so why are you not at least wearing the one thing of protection? I have kids. Like, I'm always rocking the seatbelt. And Gino even says, maybe it wasn't far. Doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if you're backing the car out of your driveway. Put the goddamn seatbelt on. It's not that fucking hard, America. World. Ayaka's in Japan. We're addressing the world tonight, Kevin. Put the fucking seatbelts on.
Vleeties bombshell. Look. He has a seatbelt on in this picture, so...
Imagine
look,
tweet his grit and says, I wish she hit Geno's car.
You don't have to be that mad anymore, Vleeties. Look, I bet you the police are lying again.
Dude, if he's rocking seatbelts, like the girls are buckled up, Mrs. Briscoe's buckled up. We got a Monster Zero Ultra, no sugar in that product. Very good choice. He's even got the custom cup. I love this family. It is sad. It's frustrating. Why would he not wear a seatbelt? I mean, they're lying to us. He was definitely.
You still bring it back to the seatbelt. Why would he not wear a seatbelt? You're just looking for answers. I understand. Look, you're a father, and you're trying to figure out what all went wrong here. This woman is where it went wrong, Vleeties. What's up with everyone's wife looking like Brody Lee's ugly wife now? These are wrestlers. They should be with models.
She was probably a bombshell a couple months ago. She pumped out those 2 kids and everything kind of changed. She's also just like, she's rocking her mom gear, you know? Like, the hair's kind of done, some sunglasses are on, but you know when she puts on a ball gown? Our dicks get so hard, Kevin. That was what I was going to say. It sounded crass, but it's
It does.
It's true.
Jesus, from seatbelts to hard dicks. You're uncontrollable. So you're saying she used to be hot. Now she looks like Amanda Puber. Get the Oh, God, I love myself. So, yeah, Vleeties, stop it with the seatbelt. He has it on there. Now, look at this. So, he was Jamin Pugh of Laurel, Delaware. His name was Jamin Pugh. His name was Jamin Pugh. Go on, Vleeties, please. The 2 passengers and both drivers were announced dead at the scene. The 2 passengers in his truck, his kids, 12 and 9, were properly restrained. You have a point, Vleeties. All right. Both girls were taken by ambulance to an area hospital. So this is one of those things where you almost hope their injuries were bad enough that they were unconscious and didn't see their dad go through a windshield, right? I mean, I'm willing, when I picture it, they're crying and saw it all.
Well, and we just saw a picture of them in their cheerleading outfit. They probably had a fun cheer practice. They're going home to have dinner or something, and it's just a normal day. Everything seems so fine, and then in an instant, like, it's just over, and their lives are going to be changed drastically forever, and it could be from some lady just texting or not paying attention. Like, on a 1-lane road. Like, there was, the other day, I'm driving, I got 2 kiddos in the back, and Jay, my son Jay, he's crying.
His name Wrestler Lives Matter.
And Ralph's like, you know, hey, give him his binky. And I'm like, I can't reach back behind right now. I'm on a 1-lane road.
See, that's exactly what I was going to say. He took off the seatbelt to just grab the, that sippy cup that one of the kids dropped, huh?
Oh, see, there could be a lack of attention. I mean, maybe on the lady's end, too. Maybe she dropped something and she's like, oh, just real quick, I'm going to grab this.
Well, no, the lady went into cardiac arrest. She was Randy Savage.
Or maybe she's like me, and sometimes she's watching Hulu Raw while she drives. Because you don't need to watch it. You can just listen to Kevin Patrick tell you how awesome it is. So maybe that's what she was doing, but you got to have full focus on these 1-lane roads.
I want pictures. Sorry, Gino, I don't mean to be insensitive, but every car accident, I get to see chart up cars and shit. Gino, now that you see this girl, Lillian, do you take it all back because she's a smoke show, bro? Do you love her now? Are you now sad about her more than Jay, Gino?
OP8
I'm more sad about Jay because his daughters, at least one of them, might be paralyzed for the rest of her life. So I get fuck this woman.
Whoa, no, fuck cars, fuck vaxes, Gino, not fuck the woman. But so Vleeties, where's the fault for you? Do we have to get out there and measure it and like put the flares down and see where everyone was? She was in the wrong lane, so fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. I'm with Gino. I'm with Gino a little bit. Now, I think women can be very capable drivers. Danica Patrick did wonders driving NASCAR for women everywhere. I think it's very inspiring. If you are a young lady watching us, we support you and we're with you. Ignore what Gino had said earlier. But I do think it was completely just her lack of attention. I've been on these roads. I live in Texas. There are some back... If I want to go to Denton, there's some fucking back roads you got to take, and they're windy as fuck. So sometimes, yeah, you want two hands on. Like I'm driving cash too. I got one hand up there, and then sometimes you gotta have two hands because you gotta focus. You have to pay attention, keep that seatbelt on, and for her to probably be looking at like, oh, what's that over there? Is that a new water tower? Slam right into a fucking family and just murder a guy.
Ladies, what does this death mean in history? Well, you know, Gino cried when Brody Lee died. You laughed at him for it last night on Trovo.live/Vleeties. Then you said you cried when Piper died. So, I mean, Brody Lee was a worse death than Piper, CM Punk. Only Phil Brooks had the right to cry over Piper. Where are we at with these Briscoes, Vleeties? What did they really mean to wrestling? Because, you know, I was just there to say their promos were never good.
Hey, but hey, let's cut the bullshit, all right?
Enjoy the EC3 Jay Briscoe match. That Ring of Honor 19th anniversary show was pretty bad, but that match stood out as I really enjoyed the story and the build-up and the Briscoe. I didn't watch full promos, but definitely the promo package that Dave Sahadi or whoever put together beforehand was outstanding, and it really got me excited to watch that match. And EC3 did the awesome thing where he like got on his knees with his hands up and then stood up with his hands up. Like he had this really awkwardly choreographed moment, and Briscoe came out and pretty much beat the shit out of him. It was a great match. So he has had some matches that I really enjoy, and I think
Real Kevin Nash has grit and says it's a work hell be in the Rumble.
I think it's for me, it is a guy that never was in WWE, but always was able to grab my interest. Like it was always, hey, that guy, like, because even discovering WrestleView.com and in the early days of the internet. Even early days of TNA, they were in TNA like at the very beginning. So you kind of would hear and see this team on the fringe and on the outside, and the fact that they were able to do that for 20 years, and I think put together some good matches. I don't know which matches people are showing you.
Briscoes has been the best tag team trilogy in 30 years.
Is he saying that because the guy died? Well, how many tag team trilogies have we had? They weren't the best of 7 series, at least.
But I don't know, like, how many tag matches end in just 3? Like, tag team feuds, only 3. There's only a trilogy. You're not allowed to have 4 matches. Usos and New Day, you are disqualified from our new game that we're playing right now. And to touch on Mark Briscoe, I'm excited to see what he does. I was kind of surprised that Gino doesn't think he's going to, like, blossom into a star. I mean, we got an ECW championship run out of Chavo Guerrero after Eddie died. So I think that we can do a lot with Mark. He's the guy who does the redneck karate with the...
Well, Gino did call him a genius. Gino called Mark a genius. So, I mean, look, these guys, I'm missing out. Gino, what did Jay Briscoe mean to wrestling? What will he leave behind? And what will this death mean in the long run?
His death is going to mean a lot for Ring of Honor, especially with whatever Tony Khan's going to do with that license, with that possible fucking streaming service if we do, or anything that we're going to have with Ring of Honor. It's going to mean a lot to us to see what we're going to do, especially because him being a tag team champion right after as he died. So we don't know like what they're going to do, but I feel like that's going to have, it's going to ripple and have an effect where we're always going to remember this man was, like, before he died, was tag team champion. It's just, again, I'm emotional. It's just sad right now.
Oh, is that it? Are you pretending to cry? Is that what that was?
No, I'm actually just literally like, I just don't know what to say right now.
He's literally crying, I think.
Devastated.
Vleeties, did you hear him breathe with crying breath?
I've heard him say before, like, no, I'm not crying, but, like, tears were coming out of my eyes. Like, I've heard him say things like that, so I don't know. Maybe, Gina, like, do you only imagine crying as, like, sobbing, like, openly, like, like, just sounds and tears? Because it's kind of all of it.
Normally I consider as sobbing as crying, 'cause that's what I did when Brody Lee passed away.
Gino, cry. Don't listen to the chat. Big Worm says, no, Gino, don't cry. Bob Blabla says, Jesus Christ. Squid Boy says, frown face. Come on, cry for us, Gino. It's going to be awesome.
It's not awesome. It's a sad moment for us to know that Jay Briscoe has passed away, but someone who did talk about, because I did have a chance to like listen to some of Warzone before we started, is the Sniper. He talks a lot about Jay, and it's very emotional, very hard to listen to, and it's worth watching.
Look, he's trying to coach himself into crying. The grit that I just talked over was, it's okay, Gene, being from pugilism. No, it's not, Gino. We lost Jay Briscoe, the genius's brother. Gino, this is for you. This is going to cheer you up. Here is the woman who killed Jay Briscoe getting abused. Before we hear the audio, this is her Instagram. She wrote over this video, 6 long years of my life being subjected to this on a daily basis.
I'm not gonna tell you how I know Gino is a sloppy bottom, but I know.
Sloppy bottom? Does that mean he shits when you fuck him? On a daily basis. Me nor my children will never have to endure this again. This is, how long ago was this? This was 27 weeks. Don't you love that? The only fucking website that uses weeks as their time scale. How about a date? How about that? We don't care. I don't give a fuck how many weeks ago something was. I've been beaten, dragged through the grass, dragged through my living room, black eyes, and to be told that I imagine all of it. That's called gaslighting, honey bun. So, Vleeties, this is even worse than what Daniela goes through with her mother. Let's see here. Oh, this isn't the audio of the video.
Oh.
She put some other audio song over it. That's her husband? Well, yeah, what do you think's going to happen? The guy's in a sweaty wife beater with John Cena's balding head. This guy's a fat fuck. What the fuck? Who marries Gino then gets shocked when he's beating you in the grass? That guy is the most cliche woman beater I've ever seen. Who marries that guy? She was so pretty in the picture, Vleeties.
That is a bum out, because yeah, she is really pretty, and you imagine like this guy's he's even got the under boob sweat, like everything about this guy is you shouldn't be with the hottest chick, and you shouldn't be beating the hottest chick. Like when you're a 3, you don't smack a 9, like that's just how it works. And this guy is a fucking douchebag. And for her, like 6 years. Good God, he must make a lot of money. Like how I feel sorry for anyone that goes through this kind of stuff. But you gotta, it's time. Pull that trigger. Get this fucker away from your kids.
Yeah, Vleeties, this guy's doing well. Remember, he runs Ringside News. Remember, this is the guy. No. That's Steve Carrier, dude. That's Dilf Boy meets Steve Carrier. What a fucking legend. Oh my God.
Look at him. I mean, he just looks like a monster. I bet he was normal at one point. That's drugs. There's no way you look like that on purpose or without any help.
Who would post this? Oh my God, man. All right, so that's Lily Ann Vleeties. And not a lot of people have her name, so we're almost sure this is her.
Advocate for criminal justice reform.
She's
Oh
like
my
you.
God.
She's like, she wants seatbelts to be fucking mandatory like you. And you look at this. So here's her butt, Vleeties. You know, Tyler Spider loves butts, Vleeties.
We're butt people. Look, I get it. And I know you're like, even men have butts. There's something different about the shape of a female butt. It also goes into the hips. Like, I'm sure Tyler likes childbearing hips. So it's all like primal. It's not just, oh, there's an ass. Like, no, it's all part of it.
Look, Gino, she has babies too, you bastard. She was oh, yeah. Who's this? Is this whoa, that's an old son. Baby brother. Okay, that's dangerous.
Why do all these people have sleeve tattoos? Save your money.
Is that the husband right there with a full T-shirt on? Due to the stigma that, oh, she's supporting weed. Oh, yeah, she was high as fuck.
Oh, no. She's so high driving on a one-lane road in Delaware. Don't smoke weed, people.
We need her back. Please, if you could bring back one soul, would it be Jay Briscoe or the hottest girl we ever saw, this girl?
If we brought her back, we would probably be what her husband did. We'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, no, we need Jay Briscoe back. Although I'm excited for this Mark Briscoe run, Gino. I don't know why you're not excited. We only scratched the surface. At 38, I swear, Jay Briscoe is going to do a lot more. This chick is so involved in smoking weed, she stayed with the guy that beat her for 6 years.
You're right. If we brought her back, we'd just bring her back to beat her in the grass, like the ex-husband. And then we'd send her back and then bring back Jay like we should have. Oh, she's with Teddy Hart for a while. He looks pretty good sometimes with the right filter. Yeah, put some headphones around his neck. He'll look like a DJ or something. This guy's great. Oh, please, I'm going to cry. Stop showing me babies.
This is a mom. This is like, I get it. Weed is awesome. But we need to make some sacrifices, guys.
Oh, here we go. Politicizing it. Seatbelts on and weed off, huh?
I'm not allowed to get drunk and drive. Y'all can smoke that weed when you get home. I guarantee you, she's one of these people that's like, doesn't do nothing to me. Doesn't do nothing to me. Like, no, absolutely, it impairs your driving, you fucking twat.
That could explain how she swerved into the wrong lane. Whoa, differing emotions in the chat. One guy, Opiate, says, this is sad now. Then right after it, T-Con said LMAO. So I don't know what people are feeling, Vleeties. I've never seen such contradictions. Let's check in with Gino, how he's feeling. Gino, no laughing yet? You're still devastated?
I'm still in between right now. Like, she sadly did deserve it. I don't know what's going to happen to the children. They might be stuck with this abuser, and it's going to be even worse for them. But it's sadly, I have to say, like, at least they'll still be able to walk, unlike one or possibly both of Jay's children.
Well, look at Quigley in the chat. Says, I've been smoking every day since, and he does Kratom. Smoking every day since forever, and he's in the All-State Safe Driving Club, Vleeties. So What's up now? He has his seatbelt on high.
That's true. I mean, you know what? Rock the seatbelt. You got to give it up to Quiggs. Maybe when you take a driving test, maybe there's one you could take whilst high. And also, what are these qualifications for Allstate? I know they're saying that you're in good hands, but that accident forgiveness bullshit, no. Keep that shit on people's records. That's unsafe driving.
Look, we lost someone great here. This is what I liked. Hashtag, what the fuck? I'm going to start using that hashtag, Vleeties. I'm always going, what the fuck? Like that time I watched Osprey versus Omega.
No, you were the whole man. What the fuck? Did you see this? You gotta see this. Yes, what the fuck?
Jay Briscoe knows. He tweeted, hashtag, what the fuck? Damn, there's a lot of fags out in New York today. Today, too. And he tweeted that like a long time ago. Less than a minute ago. Hold on. So he tweeted that a long time ago. It's still true. This tweet will never not be true.
Why did that guy have to die? He wasn't even 45. Hold your loved ones tight. Tomorrow they might not be there. Now where his kid's gonna be. When dad dies, he can't feed them. Did he know the end was near? When he walked into the clear.